Okay, so in today's video, we are going to check out Algorand's price chart and see what is going on there. But before that, I'm going to talk a bit about the staking program, which is now live, and I'm going to tell you why this is fantastic for Algo. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And as I'm sure a lot of you know it by now, Algorand staking program is now live and consensus just reached over 1.5 billion Algorand tokens. That is about 18% of the total circulating supply, and you can actually go on their website and see what is going on here. There we go. We are having at the moment 3,664 nodes with more than 1.5 billion token staked. So why is this very bullish in Algorand? Well, in terms of fundamentals, first things first, it will definitely help the longevity of the network, and also this will make Algorand a much more attractive investment, because I think they said that the rewards are going to be around 6.3% per year, and your rewards will be paid by Algorand's token. So this is fantastic. But if you want to know what are the effects of staking in this bull run, I'm going to tell you, because right now about 18% of the total supply is now on stake. Well, okay, that just reduces the supply, correct? Now, here's a very important point. This doesn't mean that right now we should just have a huge move on the upside in Algorand. No. Why is that? Because sure, the supply is now reduced, but the demand has to be there. This is a very important point. So what's the point that I'm trying to say in here? In Algorand, in my opinion, when we are going to start the next phase of the bull run and the demand is going to be there because the supply is now going to be less, okay, we can have a solid argument for huge moves on the upside, and these moves are going to be, odds are potentially sharper than before. So this is the effects of staking in this cycle, and in the long term, in terms of fundamentals, I told you before, it will definitely contribute to the longevity and security of the network. So overall, fantastic news on Algorand. The staking program is definitely successful. And by the way, I actually forgot, where is it? There we go. As you can see, now in terms of the number of validator nodes across top layer 1 chains, Algorand is now stands at rank number 2. This is interesting, higher than Cardano and Solana and AVAX. That is really bizarre. So again, this definitely shows that their program is absolutely doing the job, and it is indeed better than the others. Now, what is happening in like very short term? Okay, let's zoom in more and see what is going on. So here is what I have in my mind. We can have two different possibilities in this area in Algorand. Scenario number one suggests that maybe we are having off of the lowest low, if I just take this one, excuse me, an A, B, C zigzag, and this can be, for example, an A, B, C flat structure into our B leg. And well, according to this scenario, we can argue our move down is going to continue, and in it, we are going to take this low for the first target around, let's say, 28.5 cents. Does this mean that we are going to be absolutely bearish in Algo if you want to go according to this scenario? No, definitely not, because you want to remember that this whole move down, starting from the highest high about 62 cents, is actually a correction structure and not an impulse. And even according to this possibility, we suggest for the next couple of weeks we are going to get a move down. Well, okay, after it's over, what are we going to have? Probably the next major phase of the bull run. Now, here's a very important point. For now, this scenario is not really going to be my primary case. Why is that? Because I think it was when we were right around these areas that I was saying, look, in Algorand, seems like that we are having a correction up in this phase and not an impulse. And sure, if from here we get a move on the upside and take this high, at that point, we can actually tip the scales a bit more towards the bullish possibility. And what happened? Definitely that we got a fantastic move up, which I do think is actually in form of an impulse, and in it, we took this high. Now, in my opinion, we can actually have in here, based on what I'm seeing, a series of 1-2s, meaning this can be 5 up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and after our correction is over, or maybe it's over already, we're gonna have big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and on a higher degree, this white 5 wave up is actually going to be into a larger degree, wave 3, excuse me, and then correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5. And what is going to be the invalidation point for this possibility? You probably know it because I have been talking about it for quite some time. It's going to be taking this low about, let's say, 32.5 cents. So if we see in Algo a move down in order to take this low, at that point, we're going to say, you know what, this bullish possibility is probably not going to be our primary case anymore. And instead, we're going to have an ABC zigzag in this area, and our move down from this level around 32 cents is going to continue a bit more. And again, once more in it, we are going to at least take the lowest low all the way down here for the first target around 28.5 cents. But again, overall, I need you to remember, one way or the other, this whole move down is a correction structure. And in the previous videos, we have talked about this. I showed you why I am 1000% bullish. You see, let's just hide everything. Okay, what happened in this specific move on the upside? In it, we actually took this high about, let's say, 48 cents. Now, why is taking this high matter a lot? Let's go on a less busy chart. So I'm going to be able to tell you what is happening, and you can see the structures a bit better. So here's a very important point. If you want to argue in Algorand, we're going to get a big move down in order to set new lows and our bull run is over. Okay, fair enough. Then you must be able to find in this move down a 5-wave impulsive structure. And if you want to argue that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave down, here's a very important point. You cannot actually argue that because the rules simply for an impulse do not apply to this structure being a 5-wave on the downside. So what's the conclusion? Because in this move up in Algo, we have taken this high. Now we can be bullish overall with quite a bit of confidence. Now, having said that, in like very short term, as long as we're not taking this low, I'm actually still bullish on Algorand. Why is that? Because I'm thinking this seems quite like an impulsive structure and not a corrective movement. And this can be a correction structure down, and after it's over. And I do think that if we are bullish soon, this is going to be over, probably for the next couple of days. We're going to get a big move on the upside, and basically we are having a series of 1-2s. So as long as we're not taking this low, I think we can stick with this bullish possibility in like very short term. And what's going to happen in case that we do actually get a move down and take this low? Not a whole lot. My whole opinion is not really going to change one bit, as long as, you know it, we're not taking the lowest low down here, about 32.5 cents. Take this low, okay, that's going to be a bit of a different story. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In the long term in Algorand, I fully believe that we are having an ABC in form of a zigzag to somewhere around the lowest low. And because off of the lowest low, we are having a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up and then a correction structure down. I'm thinking we are very bullish, and odds are that in the midterm, meaning probably in this cycle, we are having 5 wave up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and at the moment we are on our way up to complete the sub waves for, you know what, a magnificent wave 3 and 4 and 5. So in this cycle, I fully believe Algorand is gonna have a fantastic bull run, and that's why I think we just do not have anything to be worried about. Also in the short term, again, as long as we're not taking this low, I'm thinking we are actually fine, and we can argue that we are having potentially a series of 1-2s, and the bottom is in right in here. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algos charts. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.